So Arbitrum just announced a $200 million fund going specifically to crypto gaming. This is historically one of the largest in history, so I mean, we've got to go ahead and talk about it. If you enjoy the content, like and subscribe. I'll be breaking it down for you and more in this video. But right before I get into the proposal, I'm sure you want to know about it. I'm also sure you want to know about the current state of crypto gaming, because let's be honest, it's really boring. There's a lot of people flooding the timeline saying, is crypto gaming ever going to come back? I am a person of conviction. In the bear market, went ahead and accumulated a metric ton of crypto gaming coins and made absolutely insane profit when the market cycle started. Gaming was the hottest niche in crypto for a good 3 months, it felt like, until AI as well as the Bitcoin ETFs, Ethereum ETFs took over. And now it's June of 2024. People are now wondering, why hasn't gaming pumped? In my opinion, I don't think crypto gaming is dead. I do think that you need to position yourself in a way where you're going to be able to take advantage of this niche if the event happens that it does end up coming back. Because I feel like a lot of people are very confused here. They feel like you have to bet all your bags in one niche and that's the end of the story. And while we have been saying you need to have conviction, if you have a focus here, if you have an advantage, you should be sticking to one. If the markets turn, you need to be able to diversify into a multitude of different places. It's not to say you need to just dump all your gaming bags, but it is to say that as you get profit, because we had crazy profit in the beginning of the cycle, you do need to start looking at some of the other trends in crypto. But the thing is, you want to keep most of it, because in the inevitable event, at least what I think is going to be the crypto gaming run, you're going to want to have bags here. That's all I have to say. There are a couple of things that you should know about gaming, and that's that there is not only a ton of money coming into this industry, but in terms of entertainment, in terms of getting people to talk about something, gaming, it's the best form of entertainment. People can attribute it to pretty much the growth of the 21st century and how everybody's pretty much playing games these days. You go to Southeast Asia especially, it's absolutely massive. I still think that there's a lot to be had in crypto gaming. We've had sideways price action for a good, 100 plus days. A lot of these crypto gaming alts have been bleeding very heavily as a result of that. Just like most alts in general are bleeding, just gaming is bleeding a little bit heavier, as it always kind of has in cycles. So I'm expecting, as long as this sideways price action happens, that gaming will be incredibly boring and it's going to be negative price action after negative price action. But it's kind of like if you're investing into something that can go up 1,000%, 10,000%, then it just as much can be going down 90, 95%. I mean, we saw that this cycle, we got price action that wasn't the greatest. And now, in my opinion, I think over the next, 6 months, we'll begin to see positive price action again. Sentiment will come back and it's going to be extremely aggressive when it comes back. But for now, we have to look into, some of these ecosystems that are setting pretty much the foundation for what crypto gaming is going to be 6 months down the line. And it's those ecosystems that are investing into the space with conviction while the market just isn't looking the best. A great example of this back in the day was Avalanche. Avalanche actually, with their subnet narrative, made just a ton of games poured over to AVAX. They at one point were just the most dead gaming chain in the world. They had nothing there. But during the bear market, they decided to invest in the projects, and it has paid off absolutely massively. A lot of projects are building on AVAX. We also have another great example of this is Immutable. I mean, Immutable has been investing an insane amount of money into giving grants for a lot of these different crypto games that are coming. In terms of a market cap, they've absolutely blasted off to new all-time highs, and they kind of cooled off since the $5 billion market cap. So if Arbitrum plays their cards right, this is what I think is a really high-risk play. They're having a lot of unlocks in their token right now. The price action isn't the greatest for their token, but they are doubling down on a niche that right now, in my opinion at least, it is undervalued. So if they can acquire a bunch of different games because of this Catalyst Gaming ecosystem program, then I think it's going to be good for them. So it goes both ways. If they waste $200 million, I think that is catastrophic for Arbitrum. If they end up getting it working and they get hundreds of games that actually get adoption, then this may be the best program ever created in crypto gaming history. So really depends on your perspective. Let's go ahead and talk about it. So the Gaming Catalyst program is designed to immediately expand awareness and adoption of Arbitrum by builders and players in the gaming community. Arbitrum has emerged as a leader in the competitive network race through a dynamic formula of innovation. And then, they're kind of rizzing it up, right? The TAM for DeFi has surged to $50 billion, and they're expecting it to grow. They also think that, Web3 gamers, the gaming vertical has a $250 billion TAM today that is projected to grow to over $500 billion by 2030. Though the Web3 games segment of today's game is relatively small, it is poised to grow exponentially this decade. Several L1s and L2s see this opportunity, most notably Solana, Cardano. Very interesting. Cardano. Who plays video games on Cardano? OP Stack, Immutable Optimism, to name a few, and are moving to claim the builders with grants and investments. And their hypothesis is they want to go ahead and rapidly increase the amount of game developers using Arbitrum. Makes sense. You got money, they're going to be going to you. A strategic allocation of resources via grants and investments. They want to attract and retain top talent, and that's pretty much it. I mean, they're asking 200 million Arbitrum to go ahead and do this. They're going to have a GCP council of 5 individuals with deep gaming venture experience. These guys are getting paid a lot of money. I mean, I think it's like 600K or something like that a year. I might be wrong with the math, but it's something like that. This is going to be over 3 years, by the way. So $200 million over a 3-year period to expand the gaming ecosystem on Arbitrum. And this is what they're trying to do. The primary expected outcome is that within the initial time frame of the program, which is 3 years, the goal is to establish Arbitrum as a de facto leader for the on-chain gaming niche. Specifically, they want 400 to 600 applications, 100 to 200 net funded games. They want to, win migrations, makes sense, and over 50 new orbit launches, which is a lot. That is a lot. But I mean, to be fair, with the amount of money that they've got, I think it is achievable. This is something that is definitely achievable. Some people were going like, this is crazy. The amount of money that they're paying over to the actual team, it's ridiculous. I think it's something like $18 million or something like that over the course of the 3 years. I did look into this a little bit more. The people proposing this said that, no more than $6 million over 3 years is likely to be that. But just in case we have 18 mil, I don't know how to feel about that. But all I know is that working in Web3, it definitely pays well, clearly. That's clear. And the second thing I know is that if we have the inevitable event that Arbitrum becomes a major gaming ecosystem as a result of getting $209 million worth of a grant just specifically to gaming, which pretty much means they're like all in on gaming right now. I looked at DeFi Llama. They've got $2.9 billion of TVL, which is actually really good. A ton of stablecoin, tons of volume. It's actually pretty incredible what Arbitrum has been able to do. Some ecosystems that are notable. We've got, Treasure, which, Treasure is kind of treasure. You look at the proposal, they're big one, very big one. We've got 𝐳 as well, $181 million. They're kind of the big competitor to Treasure right now. I think they got like crypto unicorns or something like that to come over because of grants, right? The big old money grants. I do know G Swift has an Arbitrum contract, and then of course we have Arbitrum themselves. Just not a lot of projects that are there. I also know that we have Aether, which they're doing something. I know they had their node sale in Arbitrum, so I'm not really sure if they're building on Arbitrum. But I do know that they had their node sale there, so I figured I would mention that. But overall, that's a lot of money coming to the crypto gaming space, specifically for Arbitrum Gaming. If there's any L2 in Ethereum to do it, well, one, Ronin is there. Can't forget about Ronin. But Arbitrum is going to give it a shot, and I'm always up for people putting $210 million into the crypto gaming space, because that is a good thing. The more funding these games have, the more chances we've got to actually make this thing a reality. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Do you think this is too much money? Do you think that this bet is going to pay off? Leave it in the comments. Stay classy, and that's all.